So hey you guys, I hope you guys are doing awesome today. And look, so we're going to talk about it. The flesh versus the spirit. We're not going to get too deep into it, but let's talk about it. So a lot of what you guys see in this world is the flesh versus the spirit. That's it. There's two types of people. There's people that follow the flesh, and there's people that follow the spirit, you guys. When you are following the flesh, you are following your ways, you are following what you want, you are following your desires, you are following everything that is in the world. What is running the world? Flesh. That is what's running the world, because the world is ran by control. That's all it is. We make it so confusing and get in this argument and that argument, but it's just that simple. It's people that are following the flesh, and it's people that are following the spirit. Like I said, a lot of what you see in this world is control. That is what the flesh is about, control. That is what we have in us. We are flesh, but we are spirit. But because we are in these bodies, we are wrapped up in flesh. So we have to choose every day. We have to go through all of these things every day. But we have a choice to choose our spirit or choose the flesh. So again, what you see in this world is nothing but the flesh controlling things. What you are dealing with within is you wanting to do what you want to do, because it's yourself against yourself. That is it. And so a lot of in the world, like I said, is the world is being ran by flesh. So this is why, you see a lot of stuff in the world, right, where it basically caters to your wants, it caters to your needs, it caters to your desires. And so that's why the flesh is steady throwing things at you every day, so you can choose the flesh instead of the spirit, because it knows that you want what you want, you want to do what you want to follow your ways, because so a lot of us, we are born in this world, we are of this world. So when we are being raised in different families, they are being led by their flesh, right? Because they don't know any difference. A lot of people don't understand these bodies that we're in, right? And so we're being raised by flesh. So we're being raised to do things on ourselves. We're being raised to be independent. Flesh, control. That's what that is. We're raised to look after ourselves and not other people. So we have to be careful there too. And I mean, it's not nobody's fault, but these are the things that the Father will teach you when you're intentional, when you want to overcome this world, when you want to know what you're dealing with. And a little backstory, like I dealt with so many emotions, I dealt with so many things from people that I got tired of pain, I got tired of rejection, I got tired of stress, I got tired of being depressed, I got tired of feeling like I was being ran over and nobody understands me. I got tired of all of these things, and I wanted to know what it was, because I'm seeing that everybody is going through the same thing. And then you got people that are following the spirit, but they're still not, there's something that they're not seeing, there's something they're not getting, because they're not changing, and they're just talking to people, but we're not seeing any changes within themselves, within their behavior, within how they navigate and move and all of these things, right? And so when you are being led by spirit, when spirit begins to teach you, this is the area he starts with, because he has to get you to understand the spirit, and he has to get you to understand the flesh, because he has to get you to understand these bodies that you are in, because these bodies are being controlled by the Lord. But also we have a choice. We can choose which one we want to go with, and the Lord is not going to force us at all. He doesn't force. He wants you to want him and not your flesh, not yourself, right? And so again, like every day we're battling things within. We're battling different, and a deeper version of it is spirits, right? We're battling all of these different spirits that are within us, right? Depression and stress, pain, rejection, and all of these things that the world, that we have within, that we're dealing with, confusion, disappointments, all of these things, however you want to look at it, like, it's nothing but the flesh, right? And so we're like I said, we're dealing with all of these things that are within us, and we're not understanding it, right? One day we're okay and one day we're not. One day we're nice and one day we're mean. That's the flesh, and that's your spirit. Because you got to understand, what is the spirit about? The fruits of the spirit. That's what it is. That's what that good side of you is. That's the fruits of the spirit. That is your spirit, right? And a lot of times people are operating in the spirit and they're operating in the flesh, right? They're operating in both. And this is where the confusion come in at, because you can't continue to operate in both. It's got to be one or it's got to be the other. That's it. That's all. You cannot operate in both spirits. And so a lot of people are confused. A lot of people wondering why they go up and then they go down. Why their life is just it's just a roller coaster ride. And that's what you will feel like, a roller coaster ride, right? And so and so you won't know which way to go. And the flesh is very manipulative. We are very manipulative if we don't understand it. We are conniving if we don't understand ourselves. The flesh will allow you to get so far, and it won't say nothing. It would allow you to feel like you're doing something, you're going somewhere, that you're doing something in life, and it's all it's doing is waiting for that right moment to hit you with a bunch of feelings and emotions, hit you with a bunch of situations and problems and trouble. And that's what it wants you to do, because in that moment, it's going to break you down, because you're going to be so high up. You're going to be so high up when the flesh comes in like it wants to, because the flesh is a spirit, it's a person, So when it comes in and does what it do, and you will crumble. You will crumble under pressure. You will crumble under problems. You will crumble under situations, right? Because you thought that you was okay. You thought that you could operate in the flesh, and the flesh and you will be okay, right? We have to understand that the flesh is the bodies that we are in are dying. It's dying just like this world is dying and fading away, right? But our spirit will never end. It will never fade away. And this is why we have to follow the spirit, right? And but in this world, with all this flesh that people are being led by, and the fact that this world is built is built on a foundation of the flesh. It knows that you want this, you want that, you want to do this, and you want to do that. So it's keeping you busy every day. It's keeping you so busy every day. It's keeping you operating out of that feeling like, I gotta do this and I gotta do that, and storing all of these things at you every day, bills and all of these problems that we go through daily, right? And it's keep piling things up so far. Now you feel like you're losing your mind. Now you feel like you're feeling like I don't know what to do. Now you're praying. Now you're calling on a God. But what you're doing is you're operating in both, and you're not sitting long enough for the Spirit of God to come in and teach you about the bodies. Like I said, I'm so intentional about overcoming everything. I want to know everything. And because of that, I'm being taught everything and how to overcome, how to be in a world full of evil and still walk with the Spirit. You guys, and so you guys are battling your flesh, and you guys are battling people in the world that is being led by the flesh. Because so we're in this body, right? We're in this body, and you have to know that God is controlling the body and He's controlling the spirit. Your job is to believe, to have faith, to trust, and to hope for the spirit Believe in the Spirit. Have faith in the Spirit that God knows what he's doing. No matter the trouble that you see, no matter what you're feeling, no matter what those emotions that you're going through, your job is still to always believe the Spirit, not yourself, not the flesh. So you have to understand that the flesh is going to do what it does because God has a story that he is that he has already written. And in that story that he has already written, right? You are being controlled by him. So regardless if your story is supposed to be good or bad, either way, you have to obey. You have to submit. That's why, what did he say? Deny your flesh daily. You have to deny the flesh. You have to submit to the Spirit, because these bodies want to take you through a lot. God is going to take you through some things because because his story is already written. You're not going to have it your way. It's not going to be a story that you want written. It's not going to be you controlling your story. You can't control your story. You just have to follow the ways of the Spirit. You have to understand the fruits of the Spirit and walk in the fruits of the Spirit. Practice the fruits of the Spirit and just be Spirit-led. Not your flesh, because like I said, your flesh is going to do what it does every day. Your flesh is going to wake up and say, I want this, I want that, I want you to feel this way, I want you to do this to this person, I want you to seek revenge, I want you to do. Your flesh is loud. Your flesh is loud and your mind is so loud. And so this is why you have to cast down and deny your flesh. Ignore your flesh and walk with the Spirit no matter what it's trying to do to you. Because if you feed into your flesh, it's going to crumble. It's going to make you feel like your world is collapsing. It's going to seek to kill, steal, and destroy your body, however it looks. And so we're dealing with people that's fleshly led, that's trying to kill, steal, and destroy you. This is why you have friends. This is why the Lord tells you not to put your trust in man, right? Because you have to understand this. People are being led by the flesh, right? And so this is why you got friends and family members that one day, out of the blue, they start to bring you trouble. They start trouble with you. They start to, maybe it's your best friend, and now you can't believe what this person has did. You can't believe what this person has said because you follow the ways of the flesh. The flesh is manipulative, is conniving. It will sit and wait for that perfect moment to break you down, to destroy you, however it looks. You guys, we have to be aware. We have to understand these things. This is why the Lord said, get understanding. This is your understanding right here. The Lord teaches us all and teaches us all different things. And he's teaching me about the flesh and the Spirit. Because, and not even that, I don't know what else he might teach me, but we're starting here because I want to know. I want to know why we all go through the same things. I want to overcome these bodies like Jesus overcame the body. Overcoming the body is overcoming the flesh in all of its ways in the world. What is in the world? Flesh. The world is passing away. It's fading away because the flesh is already defiled. It's already defeated foe. You cannot continue to follow the ways of the flesh. The time is now for you to follow the Spirit. You done did all you did in the flesh. You done said all you had to say in the flesh. Start living with the Spirit. Start living for the Spirit. So again, a lot of times, it's not your fault that we was born in the flesh. We was raised from fleshly people. So we're content in a way. We get content in all of our ways. We get content with the world. It's like so many things happen to us that we are prone to it. We know how, we think we know how to navigate it, but you will never know how to navigate the flesh because it'll let you get so far, and then it comes in to kill, steal, and destroy you. This is why I keep saying that you will get so far, and next thing you know, you got all of these problems that's hitting you all at once. You got trouble after trouble after trouble. And the sad thing about it is, it's not even really sad, but like even my life, like it was always because I knew the flesh knew, the enemy knew that one day I would get to this point. So my entire life, he seeked to kill, steal, and destroy me. However that looked for me every day. There was nothing to look forward to. Even the people around me were around me that was seeking to kill, steal, and destroy each other with words, with how we interacted with each other. And even the people that I came in contact with, manipulative, conniving. And I'm in the middle, like not understanding these things, feeling like I'm being misunderstood, feeling like no one understands me, being rejected by the entire world. Nobody never really embracing me, or never really seeing the spirit in me, but was quick to see the flesh, was quick to say you are this and you are that, regardless of how nice I was, regardless of the heart that I brought to the table. And so God gave me a story where he allowed me to see the ways of people, what's in this world. He allowed me to see this. He didn't give me no peaches and cream moments, no healthy moments. He didn't give me any moments that I could hope for. But again, this is his story. This is what he gave me. It wasn't everybody around me. Like some people can say that you must have someone that you could have leaned on. I had no one I could lean on. I can say that confidently. I had no one I could lean on. It was always a bunch of stress, depression, rejection, pain, emotions, all of these things. I mean, daily. Even if I had a good job or whatever, even jobs sometimes would just fire me for no reason at all. But after I'm working there, it was like, oh, you the best worker and all of this. Because for me, like I will say, like when it comes to working, like I do what I gotta do. And I will outshine a lot of people at my job, not even trying to be not trying to be like anything, but that's just what it was. Like if I'm called to do something, or if I'm doing something for someone, I do it with my heart and soul. That's what I can say. I do things with my heart and soul. And so like jobs would just like fire me for no reason, or like people would just like do things to me over and over and over. No matter how much money I got, no matter what house I got, it didn't even matter. Like I used to think that maybe if I got a better job, or maybe if I got a better relationship, or maybe if I got this or I got that, things will be better. No, it only got worse. It only lasted for a little while before everything started to turn on me, before the bridge started to flip. That's all it did. And I'm left with all the feelings and emotions, crying out and wondering why this happened and why that happened. Like I could not understand people. I couldn't even understand myself. Why God put me in these situations, but still had me be this good person, still had me to want to do for others when they would not do for me. That was a spirit already in me that didn't let me grow cold. It didn't let me grow cold at all. And so I didn't understand why I was the way I was, and why people could get away with certain things, and why people were the way they was. But I couldn't understand me. I couldn't understand me. Why I had to be so nice. Why I had to love these people the way I had to love people. And then he gave me broken people all the time. I was broken myself, but he gave me broken people. Because the love that I had in me, I would love these people regardless of what their past looked like. And it was always people that never experienced this type of love before. Because I'm telling you, I will love you. And I do things with love. That's just me. And so a lot of these people that I was dealing with say, I ain't never met no one like you. You know, a lot of people open up to me, strangers, all of these things because of my spirit that is within me. So again, I know a lot of you guys may not understand yourselves, But it's a fight inside of you that is happening between the flesh and the spirit that you're dealing with. This is what's happening inside of you. And so you have to choose, you guys. You have to choose so he can begin to help you. So our Holy Spirit begin to put his spirit on your spirit that is inside of you, to walk with you, to be with you. You guys, the flesh, you got people out here that are doing whatever they want to do and think they're getting away with it. And so you think that they're comfortable. You think that everything is okay. But behind closed doors, guess what? They're fighting these emotions. They're fighting their feelings. They're fighting their thoughts. They're fighting these things that they're not telling you. Because if you don't understand both, you're going to go through these things inside. You're going to go through a big confusion, a big, a giant roller coaster ride inside of you that you're not even talking about. That is what you're going to be doing. And then you come outside and you face people as if everything is okay when you know it's not. When you know it's not. And so when you're following the ways of the flesh, you're killing your body. You're killing your body. And this is why you got people that go to alcohol, that go to drugs, because they're trying to cope with these emotions. They're trying to cope with their thoughts. They're trying to cope with what they're dealing with. When the spirit, if you get to know the spirit will lead you and let you know, because even in the Bible, it tells us we're going to go through these things. We are just the people in the body. You got to understand, your flesh is going to do whatever it wants to a certain extent. But when you submit to the body, when you submit to the spirit controls the body, because the flesh cannot control the body. I mean, the flesh cannot control the spirit. The body was made for the spirit. And so yourself is trying to control yourself. It's trying to control the spirit when you cannot control the spirit. And this is where the problems come in at. And this is why you're killing and destroying your own self. And you're fading away slowly. Sicknesses in the body. This is a part of God's judgment. You see, people is okay with dying. Some people just give up on the flesh. I mean, they give up on the spirit. And they're okay with, you know, I live my life and I'm ready to die. They gave up on the spirit. That's why you got people saying that. But when you submit to the spirit, he will restore you. He will rebuild you. This is what the renewing of the mind looks like. You will begin to look younger. Your former days will be better than your latter days, or however it says it. Your ending will be better than your beginning. He's just waiting on you to submit. He's just waiting on you to release the control. He's just waiting on you to say yes. And see, like, again, we do not, because even I fought with this too, because I didn't understand this, but the more I kept submitting to him, the more he kept explaining things, and he's still explaining things to me daily. It's like when I think that I got something, that I know something, he gives me more and more and more, and it's just like, it just makes me smile. It makes me so happy inside, right? And so a lot of what people doing, right, they're coming over here to the spirit, getting what they need, and they're running away. They're running away. And they're operating out of both. That's what the enemy did, right? The enemy was came from the spirit, right? But he wanted to operate in the flesh. He wanted control. He thought he could control the spirit, right? He thought he could control God, or he thought he could be better than God. This is what you see in the world. People think that they know the spirit. They think they're better than the spirit. They're trying to control people. You can't control people's lives. You can't control the story that God gave each and every one of us. You can't control that. But that's what you see in the world. Control, control, control. This is what we are fighting and we're battling with. Which side are you going to pick? But if you pick a side, the only thing you need to do is believe the spirit. Believe that spirit inside of you. Sit, be still. That small voice. Don't listen to that loud voice of the flesh that when you wake up daily is saying do this and do this and do that. every day. Go here, go there. Buy this, buy that. Put this in your body, put that in your body. Eat this and eat that. That's all it's doing to you, controlling your every move. And you think you controlling it, but no. You wasn't put here to control anything because you don't belong to yourself. So you think you're controlling yourself, but no. What you're doing is you're submitting to the flesh. And the flesh is controlling you. It looks like you're controlling yourself, but the flesh is you. The flesh is a spirit that you are submitting to, that you giving your authority over to. And the bigger picture of it is all of these things, all these emotions ain't nothing but spirits. That you are giving them rights to your body to come in and control you and do what you want and kill your mind, destroy you. Submit to the spirit, you guys. Submit to the spirit. I'm not even going to hold you guys up too much longer because I'm about to go skate today. And, and then when I get back, we coming back and we sitting with our Lord. But you guys, I need for you guys to understand that what we see in the world is fleshly people. You got two types of people. You got people that are led by the flesh. You got people that are led by the spirit. What we're dealing with inside of us. You got the flesh and you got the spirit that is loud. Your flesh, your body is going to do what it needs to do according to what God has written for your life. So your body is going to do what it wants, but your job is to submit to the spirit and trust the spirit regardless of what your body is doing, regardless of what your body is saying. Your job is not to try to control yourself. It's already being controlled once you submit to the spirit. It's already going to be controlled. So even if it looks like that your body is doing something you don't like, you believe the spirit. Submit to the spirit. Especially when you're leading by love. When you're leading by the fruits of the spirit. If you know you're leading your life by the fruits of the spirit, regardless of what you do, say, or think, or react to, or feel, or anything, if you know that you are leading with the fruits of the spirit, then don't worry about what God is doing with your body. Don't worry about what he's doing, because you are part of a bigger story. You are part of a bigger story. So, and when you're walking with the spirit, you can't make a right or wrong decision. You can't. It's always going to be right because you're walking with the spirit. You're never going to be wrong. But do you believe that? Can you believe that is the question. Can you believe the spirit when everything looks like it's failing? When everything looks like it's going wrong in your life, can you still believe the spirit? Can you still believe the spirit when you make a bad decision? Can you still believe the spirit? That's the question. Can you believe the spirit when it looks like all hell is breaking loose? Can you believe the spirit when some of your family members die? Can you believe the spirit? Can you trust the spirit in all that this body does? Can you trust the spirit? I love you guys, but the Father loves you more.